First, I'd like to thank my relatives, uncles, aunties, my dear friends, my brother's friends, and Bella. Bella is here. Thank you for joining us in this difficult time that my family and I are going through. Today, we are gathered in memory of my brother Claude. I've never done a eulogy before, and this is my first time. Standing here in front of you may not be easy, but it is my obligation. But first, what is eulogy? A eulogy is a noun, a speech, or piece of writing that praises someone or something highly, typically someone who just passed on. So brother, wherever you're at right now, I'm sure you'll be happy because I will share with the group before me our little fun secrets, and of course, share a little bit of your life. As they mentioned earlier, my brother Claude is the second eldest of the 6 children. His full name is Claude Allen Badana Cabusas. For short, we called him Manong Claude. Brother, when we have that moment, or Claudio, when we would get upset at each other. He was born July 5th, 19-ish. When you do the math, he's already 40-ish. I said 40-ish, it's because he hates revealing his age, and so do I. I think when you reach that certain age, you don't want to talk about your age anymore. We have this thing about birthdays. One time he messaged me during my birthday. He goes, "Hey, happy birthday, brother. You're old now." And I said, "No, you're still older, okay?" And then he goes, "No, I look younger." And I said, "Brother, I look younger." And then he goes, "Oh, fine, you look younger because you're short." So I just said, "Fine, whatever makes you happy." That was my relationship with him. But within the family, he was a neutral and a quiet one. I'm his worst critic, and he is to me. We shared activities with so much passion, like singing and art. I really look up to him, for he was a better singer, and he got along with a lot of people. He graduated with a degree in mass communication from Silliman University in the Philippines. I remember watching him sing as he played the role of Charlie Brown back in college. I was so proud of him. He even won the singing interpretation song back in college. See, I remember all these things in your life, the events in your life. You must be smiling and embarrassed at the same time. Every time when there's an event that we get invited to sing, I'm always his backup, and vice versa. I totally remember we joined the singing contest together, and he won, and expected he placed higher than me. We even shared the same careers in airline industry. He was, as was mentioned earlier, he was a former flight attendant for Philippine Airlines. And what's interesting also, we're both left-handed. But what separates us? He was the outgoing, introverted, wild one. I'm the conservative, the boring one. He liked to explore things and had his seasonal hobbies. I mean seasonal, he can do a lot of things. I remember he was so into bonsai plants, then doing tattoos, baking, do-it-yourself projects, loved animals, and oil painting. In fact, I brought some of his pieces here today. He painted a few years ago. And I'm just going to go there real quick to show you his artwork.
That's the dog that passed away, Brusco. Okay. $1,000. Oh. Would it be funny if I yelled that out?
So if you notice, the first painting is Brosco, who died a few years ago. He painted that. That's his love of his life, Brusco, and then his ashes is right in front of you guys. Then the second one is, of course, my beloved mother. He painted that a few years ago. So he was really talented and very passionate for what he did. My brother's life was full of color and adventures. He was always known that life is short to be anything but happy, especially after losing my brother Adonis back in 2015. He made sure he enjoyed his life. For some people, enjoying life is buying a new car or to lavish places, but for him, enjoying life was the simpler things, such as spending time with friends, family, cooking, and taking care of his dog Bella. We need to start enjoying life and stop worrying. In my research a few days ago, the oldest living person as of 2019 is 16 years old. There was a few days ago, so things may have changed since then. And the average life expectancy is 80 years old. So if you're 20 years old right now, you still have 60 years to go. So live a beautiful, exciting life. But what if you're 78 years old? What are you going to do with the remaining years of your life? My message is very simple. It doesn't really matter whether you're 20 or 78 years old. Age doesn't really matter. When it's your time, it's your time. Life is so unpredictable. And remember, tomorrow is never promised. Start living a beautiful, happy life now. You're probably wondering why I'm not that emotional today. My brother would not want me to be. He wants us to be happy, and in fact, he wanted us to have a karaoke at his memorial. This is going to be my last karaoke duet with him today, and I have one for you guys. Oh, Oliver. You better sing with me, brother. So every time when there's party, we always sing this old song. It's called Miss Saigon. Why God Why from Miss Saigon. This is our favorite duet together. So hopefully we can play this.
We're going to do that in one moment. There's
Okay, sure.
an adjustment.